Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you a game played between Robert Fontaine and Maxime Bachelot. It was played in the Italian Championship, and at this stage Maxime had not become a top tier grandmaster yet. And let's see the game. Knight f3, white opens with the red opening f5. Here Maxime did not go for his typical Grunfeld d4, knight to f6, g3, g6. Both players prepare to get with their bishops. Bishop g2, bishop g7, castles, castles, and c4, grabbing more space in the center. d6. Maxime prepares to strike with e5. Knight to c3, knight to c6, with further protection to the e5 square. b3, and Robert prepares to get his dark square bishop as well. And e5, Maxime continues with his plan of striking the center e5. And D captures on e5, D captures on e5. And with this move, Maxime offers a queen trade. And normally, if white queen captures on d8, rook captures on d8, and for example, bishop to a3 or b2, doesn't really matter, and passes rook to rook a to d1, then white can simply continue development with bishop to e6. And this game would not be such a astonishing game. Bishop a3, so like here, Maxime offers white is exchange with the move e4. He gives up the exchange for some positional compensation, and white accepts it, of course. Bishop takes f8, queen f8, knight to d4, knight takes b4, knight takes e4. White follows the principle, he keeps trading as his open material. Bishop to e6, Maxime sacrificed the exchange and he just keep on. He simply kept on playing like nothing just happened. Queen d2, now h5. Maxime prepares h4 to bust open the king side and launch an attack on that side. Rook a d1. Well, it seems that white has fully mobilized all of his forces. However, h4. Well, in here simply capture on h4 would be an automatic, although not a lot of human player will play this move, as simply deteriorate the structure on the king side and open up his king a bit too much. So, queen g5 by white, and he prepares to capture his pawn with the queen on the next move. So, Maxime doesn't react to this, but king to f7. And if white were to capture this pawn, for example, queen to h1, then bishop to h6 pretty much locked the white queen out of the game. Of course white can play this move, but you see that then just recommending queen to c5 check is better, or even winning for black. So in this position, white doesn't accept the pawn and he played queen back to f4 to keep the queen in the game and maintain the defensive structure on the king side. So obviously, Maxime brings his queen back into the game with queen to c5, knight b5, and here it's obvious that white is trying to play positionally. He's trying to grab the c7 pawn. Now, of course, h captures on g3, h captures on g3, and only now does Maxime protect his c7 pawn. Knight back to d4, and with this maneuver, knight from c3 to b5, white is able to centralize his knight. However, Black still has the bishop pair, and Maxim saves his large square bishop as it will become an extremely powerful piece, as you will see. Okay, so g4, and White is trying to counterplay as much as he can. Even though he's up the exchange, there's not much for him to go for. So knight captures on g4, Maxim accepts by the pawn, and knight captures on f5. And you can see that if Maxim played, for example, g captures on f5, then it's obvious that this move completely shatters his defenses and will cost him the game eventually. Here, and White is winning. For example, bishop captures and e4 here can be played, and if pawn captures and queen captures, knight moves check. So, Maxim recaptured with the bishop. Bishop captures on f5. And now, if bishop captures on g4, then while black has his intermezzo, bishop to bishop to e5, centralizing the bishop with an attack on the queen. For example, queen move anywhere here. Then knight f6, and black retains a much better position. If this move ever happens, then the g file will be opened up and Maxim will be able to use this surprise attack. So, sorry, bishop to f5, and here Robert played rook to d5. And it's quite an equal position, not much to be done for either side, so Maxim decided to make this game a bit more intriguing and entertaining for us by playing queen captures on d5, and White must accept the queen sacrifice. cd5, and now bishop to e5 by Maxim. And that's not a lot of squares the white queen can go to. e3 is covered by the knight, so this whole b8 h2 diagonal is covered by the dark square bishop, and giving up the queen for any of these pieces will result in a bad ending, with Maxim being up a piece. So queen d2 and queen c1 are the only two viable options. Queen g5 is also fine, but Maxim might repeat move with bishop to f6, so Fontaine retreated with his queen back to c1 square, and now of course bishop to h2 check by Maxim, king to h1, and now rook to h8. The only continuation that grants black the upper hand, threatening a discovered check with bishop to f4 and winning the white queen. So Fontaine here got his queen out of danger with queen to c4, and Maxim continues with bishop to e5 check, g1, now bishop to d6 check, not bishop to f4 check, king to g1, and bishop back to h2 check again, king to g1, king to h1, and now b5, deflecting the queen from playing this discovered check. So it's the best move, and Fontaine played it. Queen captures on b5. However, this is not completely lost for white. Bishop to e5 check. Sorry, not bishop to e5. Rather e3 by e3. So it's obvious that if this pawn captured, then bishop check, and now bishop check again, and the white king has nowhere to go. he has to give up this rook, and bishop captures on h2, and it you can't material. You can see that black has a rook and 2 pieces against the queen, with black leaning down the pawn. Oh, this is not all that great of an advantage. So, sorry, this is a completely winning material advantage. So, after this, move, like queen to c6. But no. Bishop to f3. Yeah, it is a move. But Maxim simply continues with his attack. Knight captures on f2 with check. White does not accept the sacrifice and play something like this, then it's obvious that after this check he has to capture the bishop on h2, and bishop back to d7, opening up a discovered check from the rook on h8 and winning the white queen. So he has to capture with the rook. Fontaine played rook captures on f2, and now pawn captures on f2, and this has now become an extremely dangerous passer. Here white played king g2, and Maxim defended his pawn, bishop to g1, queen c6. This is a blunder that will cost it Rebel Fontaine in this game. So let's see what Maxim played. Rook to bishop to h3 is winning on the spot as after this move. Pawn comes to f1 with an under promotion, knight with check. King f4 early move, and now bishop e3 check. Key to e4 is not much better. King e4 then is always a bishop e5 check will result in much similar line. And now rook e8 check, forcing white gives up his queen, and he's down 2 pieces. Completely lost. So, returning to this position, Maxim did not play bishop to h3, but rather rook to h2 check. This is the quickest idea to the victory. King g3, and now f1 with a under promotion to a knight with check. King f4, h4 check. King g5, and here Maxim sacrificed his rook. Bishop e3 check. King captures on h4 forced, and now g5 check. King comes to h5, and here you can see that the white king only has one square above him. After this, knight to g3 check, and that is when after this move I discovered check comes with a devastating move. But white never let this happen, and it's actually on this position, on this move, that white resigned, as g4 checkmate is inevitable.